Now, I watched a story, what was it, last week, a couple of weeks ago? I watched a story, man. There was a woman, forgive me, we can look it up in a second here if we need to, but there was a woman who, she was a dog sitter in a state. She was a dog sitter.
I mean, in a big city, you could make some money.
Oh, for sure. She made a lot of money, I'm sure. But you know what else she made? She lost her face. This woman, yeah. Did you see that story?
No, but.
This woman was at a house watching two dogs. One of them, of course, I think was like a pit bull mix or some crap. It's always pit bulls, man. Pit bulls freaking, yeah, they like messing people up. Yeah. I think. Don't quote me on the pit bull thing.
A lot of it's how they're raised or the breed where they came from, yeah. Like bro, their attitudes. But.
She lost her face, skis. Mm-hmm. Do you want to see the video?
I'm good. I mean, I've seen stuff like that, so I know.
Now, here's what got me, though, on that. Like, I was watching the video of the officers that responded. I don't know who called. She must have called the police somehow. They came to the house, right? Officers come walking up to the door with their guns out or whatever. And this little dog, dude, this pissed me off so much. This little dog comes, he comes running up to the door, and they close the door, and they all retreat. And there's this woman in the house.
Guns.
Right. There's this woman in the house who is profusely bleeding and dying on the floor, and she has lost her face. The dogs ate off her face. Like, if I show you, I'm just going to put up an image right here of the woman's face after it was all said and done when she got out of the hospital. Look at her face. Look at that. Okay? Her face, like, imagine a dog eating your face off. That's what her face looks like. Her nose was gone, like, all this stuff. Like, it was horrible. But the officers come walking up to the door, and they opened it. This dog comes, and they, back out, and they're like, the dog won't let us in. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, who trained you? Is it not shoot to kill? They shoot to kill humans way easier than this. Like,
yeah, it just ate somebody's face.
Yeah. If there was a woman laying in the house, and a dude had just sliced up her face with a knife, and the officers showed up to the house, and they could talk to her too. Like, she was laying in another room, and they were yelling at her like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "Come in here, help me," or stuff. Yeah, she's trying to communicate with him, but the dog is right there at the door, like barking, and then he would run off, and they were standing there like, "What do we do?" Like, I was like, what is happening? Imagine if that was another human being.
Even if it's not a gun, you could have tased it.
Right. But if it was a man that had come running up with a knife and been like, "Y'all get away, I'm going to go kill her," and he ran back, they would have shot that dude, or tased it. They would have done something. But they're standing outside going, "The dog won't let us in." I was so freaking frustrated, man. So this woman got her face, but she's a dog sitter. Message to all you dog sitters out there. I don't know.
Watch out.
Watch out. What do you think? In that situation, bro, is it not okay to shoot
a dog? Yeah.
Because there's dog lovers out there who are just he didn't know what he was doing.
You didn't know he ripped somebody's. I get that, but still, he ripped her face off.
Yeah.
And that's it. And once dogs taste blood, it's bad too, because then they want it again, I think is what it's something like that. Their instincts, but a lot of that's too, if you don't fix a dog or I bet the dog wasn't fixed. They get more aggressive because you don't fix them. That's why you fix dogs too at a younger age.
The owners knew. And
they become more compliant to the people.
The owners knew the dog was aggressive like this because they had a sign posted up on their door saying, "Please be very quiet or the dogs will attack," or something like that. They had that posted up on their house door.
Yeah.
And now they're in a huge lawsuit. And I think that woman's suing the hell out of them and she's going to win over it. But because that sign screwed them, they were focusing on that sign. They knew that their dogs were dangerous and their dogs were liable.
That and there's probably been other incidents where something happened probably.
Yeah, man. How difficult do you think it would be to kill a dog? You've got 2 dogs, 3 dogs?
Yeah, I got
How
3.
difficult do you think it would be to kill one of your dogs? If it genuinely attacked you, like that dog
one
wanted
of
to
my
kill
dogs,
you.
if it attacked me, I probably would.
But
or
how
my
would you?
kids.
What's
You know, I'm going to take care of like my kids over something like that. It's
well, let's leave your kids out of it. Let's say you come home one day and your dog.
Oh,
just one of them.
My face off?
Yeah, one of your dogs just tries to.
Excuse my language. I break its neck.
How would you do that? Because
I take his. I feel like I get angry enough to do
get that dog. Get squad dog over here.
I guess if he's all like and you're like right? Basically, you choke it out if you could. I mean, if it's already in your face, what else do you do?
I don't know, man. This is what I'm trying to figure out.
Beat it with. Pit bulls are a little different though. They have a bite and their jaws usually a lot of times they grab and then they don't let go.
Yeah.
That'd be a hard situation. So it depends on where he grabs you too. What if it's like your back and he's on the back and you're like, like you gotta like slam it into a wall or something. Like
well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, this is a dog. Like I'm
gonna grab for it for sure.
Okay, but
I'm not gonna just be like, get my face.
Let's say there's women watching this video, right? And they might be in a situation one day when a dog attacks them. Right. I legitimately have never thought of this. Like, if a dog were to attack me, yeah, but what's the best way to disable this animal, like, quickly? Like, do you go for his eyes? Do you poke him? Like, do you shove his eyes in? We got to figure this out, though. Because, like, a dog, man, they're going to bite you, obviously, right?
I guess if you can get its mouth before it opens, just like a gator, right? You got to hold your hand. You got to like band their mouths or something.
You grab his mouth, you think?
If it doesn't get open.
It depends. I feel like that would be hard to do.
Because I know their bite down force is strong, but I don't like a gator. They don't have a lot of strength to open, but to close is where they got it.
Right.
So that's why people get on gators and they go on top and they hold their mouths. Because they can't. They don't have the muscles to open it.
Oh yeah. What if you're terrified of dogs? Okay, like you're talking. The advice you're giving is like for a man who would sit there and go toe to toe. Like I'll grab his mouth, right, and hold him. Like a woman's not gonna probably do that. A woman's gonna scream and try to run.
Carry a weapon on you at all times, I guess.
And I'm not trying to be. Is that sexist if I say that, or what would you call that? Like a woman's gonna be scared. Men are terrified of dogs too, but I'm trying to help women here. So I'm saying like if it's a woman and she's terrified of a dog, she's more than likely gonna run and scream. She's not gonna try to hold his mouth shut. Is what I'm saying. So what's the best?
I guess you're gonna.
Is it the eyes? I always think eyes.
Yeah. But are you going to think that when your face is getting ripped off?
I would think so. You would think at least.
Do you think your brain's doing that, or what? It's just you go into survival mode.
I think in survival mode, you go for the eyes.
I'm gonna try to get it off me first. His eyes. I mean, you got to find him too. Like he's right here. You're just trying to get him off you at first.
Freaking choke you out, yeah. But I've never thought of that. Like, what's the best defense against a freaking dog?
Back.
You think?
Oh, like if your dog, like when they're young, that's how you teach them. Like this is a good way to teach a dog when it's young. When they get bitey, because when they're puppies, they like to bite a lot, and or if they come for your face, you teach them first. What I do at the beginning, you just take their lip and you fold it onto their tooth and press, so they know what it's like to get bit. Oh, they'll usually stop biting you then. If that doesn't work, if they keep biting after that, I've done it with both my dogs a lot of times. You just take their lip and you press it real hard into like their canines. So they bite their own lip. I take my hand, I just fucking push it in there and make it hurt. Because they got to know what it feels like. Right. When they feel it, then they're like, oh, then they stop biting. They learn that sometimes. If they don't, some people even bite their dogs back.
So you're saying you could do that though as the dog is attacking you?
Well, because when they're puppies, they don't attack you when they're real young. Yeah. You got to teach them first.
Right. You're talking about training the dog. I'm saying this is a dog you don't know. You're house sitting.
I mean, I might still bite one back.
So it's a big dog. You're house sitting. You've never met this dog, and it attacks you, tries to bite your face off.
I mean, you're going to do whatever it takes.
What do you do?
Well, I'd choke it out, probably.
You think choking the dog out?
Well, take away its oxygen.
Yeah. How easy?
Obviously, you can choke one out.
So our tips for you guys. You choke him out if you can. You go for his neck, right? If you grab his neck.
Think about what do dogs do. They go for necks usually.
So if you can squeeze at his neck, I don't think trying to kick a dog in the balls is going to be very helpful. I I don't think punching him is really like you need to go for it. I would say push your thumbs in his eyes if you can get there. Maybe try to stick your fingers up his nose or something. If he's right here biting you, like put your fingers in places that they're not supposed to be. Like I wouldn't worry about his ears necessarily. You know, like you said, choke him. If you can get behind him and choke the hell out of him.
You can get in front of them and do it. You can still get their neck. If you can close the windpipe, they can't breathe.
We're talking about women.
They're going to pass out.
We're talking about women. What if she's not very strong? Have you ever shooken a woman's hand before? It's not cool. I can crush every bone in her hand when I shake it. So you're thinking like
maybe you shove a thumb up its asshole. You never know, man.
Women, they're sneaky. You know, they like to shove their fingers in places it does not belong. So when a dog's attacking you, and I don't mean to make fun of this woman's situation, no. But if you're ever attacked by a dog, especially like squad dog here, oh yeah, put your fingers in places they don't belong and choke him. Okay, I watched Connie. Were you there when you were a kid with the dog?
Yeah,
I watched Connie choke that thing out, man. Yeah. Connie got him in the rear naked, freaking choked him out.
I was just trying to get my kid first.
It's like, oh snap, yeah. It's like, damn. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, anything else you want to add? Like,
I know Jade like kicked him and stuff too.
I don't think he was there.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah, he kicked him like in the head.
Loading hay. Yeah, he might have. I don't know. I think I was paying attention to the kid right after that. We were. You want to tell him? Like,
nah, that's fine. Shit happens.
Yeah, stuff happens. But
he's good around dog. Brought dogs around him again, so he's not like scared of them. You know, he's good with my dog. So
that's good. Was it the older or the younger?
Younger.
Okay. Boy, yeah, he's real good with him. He was playing with him last time I was at the house.
Yeah, but he's grown up with him. But yeah, like I said, the best thing for the owners when they had those dogs. I get like you're trying, some people want their dogs to be aggressive, so they're protective, and they do, but dogs can still be protective and be good to people.
Yeah.
They know the situation. Like if they listen to certain people, you know. I don't know. Because like my dogs, and that's the thing too, maybe my dogs wouldn't attack anybody, but like, I don't know. I think one would. I don't know if the other one barks more, but that's the thing. Like someone's coming in the house and they hear dogs barking, are they going to even try or are they just going to turn around and go the other way? Like, Are you going to risk seeing what this dog is? If it's got a big bark?
No.
I mean, say you're going into someone's house and you hear there's two big dogs in the house, are you like, I'm just going to turn around?
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm not even going to see what they are.
I'm out. I'm gone unless the owner's there. Because I watched those videos with the mailman.
Yeah.
Mail people, man, they got to go through it with dogs. People that deliver packages, they're always getting like run off by dogs and attacked. And so it's a constantly in my head whenever I walk in someone's house and they have a dog. I look at the dog and I'm like, if this thing was to attack me, how would I kill him? I'm not going to try to stop you from attacking me. I'm going to put you out of your misery. Because the dog, how do they, like if a lion in the zoo or even like a mountain lion in nature or a bear in a certain town that has wandered around a certain town for a while, eventually attacks a person in that town, they go out and immediately put that animal down because now the animal knows that it can attack and kill and eat these people, right? So if dogs get it in their head, I can just attack people. A dog kind of needs to be put out of his misery, you know? So I don't know what happened to those two dogs, honestly.
Some dogs get protective too when, like, say you get a dog when it's young and then you have a baby while you have the dog. Some dogs, like, because I've had a dog and after that got way more protective than it was before we had the baby.
Was it, like, aggressive towards you about the baby?
No, just anybody that came around the house, though. That's family members is fine. But I get what you're saying. But, like, in that situation, you don't need dogs. Like, the reason you have them, yeah, it's protective. But, like, the thing is, a dog's going to let you know someone's there before they're there anyways. Like, they can hear everything outside.
Yeah.
So they're going to wake you up.
Yeah, they're
so
good
that's all you really need them for.
Just the alarm.
For you to get up so you can see what's going on.
Right. Obviously, you should be prepared to handle stuff. You shouldn't send your dog out in the living room, get him and close the door. Like, it's not a good method, man. You should have been training with your gun. Like, so the dog is, I would like to have a dog, you know, but I just want, for sure you should train them. Like you said, there's methods to train. Yeah, get them young.
Don't
train them.
A year-old dog because they learn bad habits.
God, I would hate that, man. I don't want any animal that's grown. I don't want to ever take an animal that's a grown. I would always want to raise it and train it myself.
But you can get bad dog. Everybody can. I mean, it just depends on where you get it. Some people inbreed dogs. You can get a paper dog and it's been inbred and they're just stupid.
Yeah.
So it depends on how they're bred and who bred them. You know, some people massive breed, so they interbreed with dogs they already had. So it's like family members sleeping with family members.
Yeah, and then we ignore the fact that, like, just how some people their wiring in their brain is just off, like murderers and serial killers. Like, that exists in human beings, right? Where they're just...
Well, everybody I mean, obviously, I'm sure you've had, like, bad thoughts, but you don't go out and do it.
Right, but some people can't resist that. Yeah. They're like, their brain is wired to aggression and violence, and it just makes sense to them. Yeah. Like, so animals can also be that way. You know, why would we think animals would be any different? Some dogs are just aggressive, and their brains are wired that way. And, like, I don't know, man.
And they're like, oh, pit. And then you get the people that are all in the pit or the bully training. They're like, oh, pits are such a good breed, though. And they like get on defense mode. And it's like, well, no, they are an aggressive dog, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be mean.
Breed.
I'm not saying they don't learn good-looking dogs are cool. Yeah, there can be nice ones and there can be bad ones, just like any breed. But for the most part, they're known for their breed to be aggressive.
Right.
Like, you can't ignore that fact. And some people try to.
Yeah, man.
And I don't know why. It's like it's the same as you saying, like, oh, he's a child molester, but he could be okay. You know? Right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, maybe that one child molester became a good guy after the fact.
Right.
Not saying he was what he did was still wrong, but maybe he changed his ways, but there's still those 10 other guys that never did, right?
Exactly.
So the dogs can do the same, like you're saying. You got to look at it that way kind of sometimes. And
right.
There's certain breeds that are good for, like, home dogs and being defense dogs, and then they got hunting dogs, and you got dogs that are used for security reasons, right?
Some dog fighting dogs.
Yeah.
You know what else is weird? It's the little switch in your brain that triggers fear. Like, some animals, when you look at them, you just immediately get scared. Even if you maybe have never seen that animal, like, in real life before. Like, if I was to go in the woods and if I was to see a grizzly bear, like, far away from me, your heart starts going, like, you want to run, like. But if I see a deer, I'm never scared, or a rabbit. Like, it's funny how some animals and even dogs have this effect. Like, certain dog breeds, when I look at them, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch. Like, you get a little bit of you're like, oh crap. Yeah. Like, and pit bulls are for sure one of those kind of dogs. Like, you're like, I just gotta be careful around this thing. Like a golden retriever. If I walk into someone's house, they got the golden retriever. He's wagging his tail. He walks up to you. Like, there's no fear whatsoever in my head, you know. But certain, like, animals have something about them that triggers that little fear thing in your head.
Yeah, but they say dogs can sense fear too.
Exactly, which is crazy. Yeah. That's a bad thing.
And like you're saying, there's been situations where, like, a stray dog's walking and I'm walking my dogs on their leash, and I'm like, okay. There's times I think in my head, what am I going to do if something happens? Like, I start thinking about what I'm going to do in a situation. Like, what will I do? Because I've had it where the dogs come up and did something and I wasn't ready for it. And I, like, try to get my dog out of the way. That happened with somebody I know, but not who you think. But, like, when I was at my house, remember when the ex lived down the street. Their dog came out and tried to attack Murphy when he was real little.
Oh, yeah.
And I pulled Murphy away and I kicked at him right instantly. I got Murphy out of the way and kicked him. Because, like,
good,
trying to defend my dog, you know?
Hell yeah.
But I think, man, there's situations I've been there so weird. I think about, like, I've gone to church before and the thing was bad enough that I, like, didn't want to listen. So I'm thinking in my head, what if someone came in here right now? Like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, all these people are sitting here not expecting a thing.
Yeah.
Church doors are open. Like, anybody can walk in. Like, what if someone back there just like a group of people walk in with guns and just, like, mow people? What would I do? And I'm thinking in my head, I don't have any weapons. What the hell would I do? What would I do?
You don't bring your gun to church? Bro, I'll walk. Oh, yeah, that's right. But we're open carry. Well, you can't conceal, though.
But this was a long time ago, before even that.
Right.
But before I even had a pistol, I think. But I went in there and I was like, what would I do? And I got my kids there and I'm thinking, and And that's why I don't even sit in the back. Like if I go to church, it's like, it's stupid to sit in the back because that's where the doors are. You're going to be one of the first people they're going to get. You got to be like in the middle.
Really?
You would think. Middle or the very front of the church. Because they're going to walk in through the doors. So you come through to the back of the pews.
There's like a priest entrance up front or whatever in a lot of these churches.
But they're going to come through the main doors, I think.
That's true. I never thought.
That's why I said in the middle would be a good spot. Because what if they did come through either one, you're in the middle.
Yeah.
So that's probably a better spot to be. You don't want to be in the way back because they're going to get you right away.
Okay, but here's another question. Either way, what if you don't have a gun? Like, doesn't really matter where you're at if you have no gun. But if I'm in the middle, I can like duck down, get in the pews or whatever is there, the chairs. I got time to think of something to do. Where if you're in the back and they come in and they just start shooting right away, you're probably dead. Yeah, you can figure something out. I would think of yourself as a gunman who walks in a church. Like, I would think if I was a gunman and I walk in the church, the first person I'm trying to kill is the pastor.
No, they're just. I'm not. I would never
shooting
do
up
this.
front. And this is a terrible thing to say. We would never do this. I'm trying to put myself in the mind of the criminal.
I'm thinking most people that do that are like spray and pray. They're not really going for a specific person. I don't think.
Spray and pray.
Just shoot and take out as many as you can.
Jesus, I've never heard that.
Well, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They're just looking to make a statement.
Like, yeah, they're not like aiming and meticulously.
No, usually people like that are looking just to take out as many people as they can with them.
Yeah, they're hyped up on adrenaline. Let's just get this over with.
Maybe like I think like high school kids, they probably got a grudge against somebody, so they're going in there for a specific reason.
Looking for Bill.
Yeah, somebody pissed them off. But like the church, they might be doing it for religious reasons, whatever. You don't know.
Who the hell would go in and shoot up a church? Like,
well,
what
if you're a Muslim and you're against the Christian, right? Just like you think. You got Muslims, they think differently. They're trying to take out. You see it all the time in other foreign countries. Mosques are getting shot. People are dying in the mosque, which is a church.
Church shootings that have happened though that we've heard about on the news, they're not Muslim people doing that though.
No.
It's like just a normal guy who just got pissed off. And I think they just want to go after the most defenseless, like guarded. Their guards are down people. Yeah, you're like, I'm going to go to a church. Nice, peaceful place. Nobody's going to fight me back in a church. Like,
it's not a good thing.
Guess what? Sure. Now a couple of churches have been shot up. People are carrying in those churches, okay? People are packing straight up heat in service. Bet you the priest has one of those freaking belts under his robe. He's got grenades hooked on that thing, magazine clips, and a freaking AR-15 slung over his shoulder, just waiting on you to come in that church.
But the thing I thought of, if I would do in that situation with no weapons, nothing, because you're sitting in a pew with nothing. I was like, all I got on me is my keys. I'd put my keys in my hand, I think, and if somebody got shot by me, I'd like drag the body over me real quick, wait for somebody to walk by, and maybe get them if they're like in there and they're like, if I was thinking of a situation where like they don't leave,
dude,
you know? Like you can get one of the guns and get yourself out of there.
You don't carry a freaking pocket knife, man.
Not always.
Get a pocket knife. That's way better than your keys. Mm-hmm. I don't want to tell people what I carry, but I'm going to tell you this right now. I always keep a knife on me, motherfucker. Like, knife. And if I don't have my gun, best believe I got a nice knife blade on me. And I will cut your Achilles tendon. I'll slice your throat. A knife is a bad way to go, man. Like, you don't die immediately with a knife. People don't, unless I get you like maybe, where's that knife? Here it is. If I get you like right here, you could probably die from that one going in your brain. Or I don't know, your heart. You know, there's places I could get you. Yeah. But usually a knife,
it's gonna be a little bit harder to go into.
Yeah, usually a knife, I'm gonna get you on your legs, your arms, like you're gonna be
get
bad
inside of the thigh, right?
Yeah, get that carotid artery, or no, what is that? What do you call that? Is that the carotid artery?
No,
I thought the carotid was up here. Femoral artery. There you go. You get them down there, man. Freaking lights out. But we digress. We gotta get out of here.
Bad subject to talk about, but. Yeah, defense is a major thing in this country and everywhere else. Watch out for your dogs.
This guy's good, but don't let him get you, okay? Know how to protect yourself against a puppy. That's bull crap. You should never have your face, well, whatever. I'm not going to say that. She was a little woman. She was attacked by a very big, strong dog. I think it was 2 dogs, actually. So
yeah, I don't know what happened.
Oh, shit, we got
yeah. This is BTG. Peace. Cue the music.
Cue the music.
We're out of here.
We're gonna catch you guys hopefully in the next video.
Watch, like, subscribe, share.
Yeehaw! Peace.
Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us. I don't know.